Believe it or not, Dubai appears to have supercars just lying around abandoned for anyone that wants them. Keep watching to find out exactly what's going on. Everyone knows that there are loads of cash in Dubai. But bizarrely, it's got to be in a state where it's not an uncommon sight to see supercars like limited edition Ferrari Enzos just lying around abandoned on the streets. The last Ferrari Enzo auction went for over $6 million US. Let's hope the guy who left it hasn't just lost his keys. Lamborghinis worth $200,000 US, Porsches worth $100,000 US, Bentleys worth $165,000 US, and even Honda NXXs worth $350,000 US are also regularly seen, just lying around airports and car parks, left to decay and clog up the freeways across the United Arab Emirates. It says something about Dubai itself that while regular cities have to face problems like unemployment, crime, and overcrowding at airports, Dubai has to tackle the problem of a surplus of luxury cars, as crazy as it seems. It's become something of an epidemic that has made international headlines across the world. And we know what you're thinking, how can this be a real problem? Well, according to reports, 2,000 to 3,000 cars are abandoned in Dubai every year. 2,000 to 3,000, that's more cars than it takes to make a Fast and Furious movie. And they're simply discarded and left by their owners to gather dust and burn up under the scorching desert sun, which is a big problem. Money flows freely in Dubai, and the good life is cautiously encouraged. It's what the city's known for. And as a result, over 90% of Dubai's residents are foreign-born expats attracted by the perceived modern-day gold rush. But unfortunately for them, they still have to follow the local laws of Dubai, which is where the problems tend to start. Photos of Dubai's abandoned cars belonging to expats get dropped on the regular across social media, and anyone living in the real world would understandably find it weird that people have just left their supercars to waste away. Pictures doing the rounds include this one of a $1 million Ferrari Enzo, one of only 399 in the world that eventually found itself the centerpiece of the most expensive police auction in history after it was found abandoned in a Dubai car park. Here's the thing though, even the hyper-wealthy citizens of Dubai aren't so rich that they can just sling costly cars when they're bored and just get another one. The real reason why these luxury cars end up abandoned is due to Dubai's struggle to keep up with the effects of the global financial crisis and booming oil prices. Energy prices globally are looking at a 50% price hike this year alone. Many expats travel to Dubai in the hopes of finding a high-flying job and living the good life. Once they begin to earn, they end up buying a lot of stuff, luxury cars being top of the shopping list. The expats take loans to buy these supercars, as loans are easily available but often end up in toxic debt. Unable to return the loans due to high turnover rates and many jobs in Dubai. As a result, expats often decide that fleeing the country is a better option than staying and risking jail time in a foreign country. They're forced to abandon their lives and their cars. Sometimes with the keys still in the ignition, they flee for the safe harbor of their home nation. There are other options available, we're sure, but fleeing seems to be a pretty popular one. This is not the case with just the expats, even locals too. Sucked in by Dubai's richer-than-rich attitude, end up leaving their cars behind and setting out on the run. If you're anything like us, you're probably thinking about hopping on a plane for Dubai with the locksmith in tow right about now. So what happens to the cars next? The vehicles are impounded by the Dubai municipality right after they are identified as abandoned. The vehicle owners also receive a notice period of 15 days for claiming their car. Later on, the gas gets seized and the owner has 6 months to claim the car after clearing all of the formalities. However, if no one claims in 6 months, these cars are sold in Dubai car auctions. And from what we hear, there are bargains to be had. Licensed car dealers often buy abandoned cars from the auction and later sell them to interested buyers. In the last 5 to 6 years alone, abandoned luxury cars have included Ferraris and pricey BMWs as their own flea bankruptcy brought on by the financial crisis. In some cases, due to loan defaults, the cars, strictly speaking, belong to the bank and can't be sold. So, unbelievably, they usually end up as cruisers for the police. Here's our hit list for the sickest police cruisers to try and spot next time you're in Dubai. Described by some as the jewel in the crown of the Dubai police stable. Their Bugatti Veyron supercar was designed in Germany but made in France. It has an eye-watering top speed of 407 kilometers per hour, making it by far the fastest vehicle in the fleet. It was even named Car of the Decade by the BBC driving program Top Gear. This beauty of a supercar is also one of the most valuable on the force, valued at around $2 million. Everyone loves a G-Wagon, and the Dubai Police Force's Mercedes-Benz G63 has become a familiar sight on the streets of Dubai. The 4-liter V8 mean machine looks ready for action both on and off the road. And despite its $200,000 price tag, it is one of the most desirable sports utility vehicles on the market. If we were cops, we'd be cruising in this bad boy. Another classic design, this Aston Martin 177 limited edition model is at the higher end of the Dubai Police Force budget. Just a reminder, these are police cars. This British-made car and favorite of 007 are certain to become a modern-day classic, as just 77 have been produced. Aston Martin created a special factory staffed by 27 of the firm's finest engineers to produce the exclusive 177. The 7.3-liter V12 supercar will set you back a cool $1.8 million. Imagine being in the police and trying to catch one. The Lamborghini Aventador is named after a Spanish fighting bull and was first only available in 4,000 units. It has 730 to 770 horsepower. No wonder the Dubai police were quick to snag one. Each of the 8 carbon fiber molds used to create the sleek bodywork was limited to just 500 units. Coupe sells for north of $400,000. I feel we need to keep stipulating that these are cop cars, not the lineup at Daytona. So great, you're thinking here, I was hoping to get a free Maserati and the cops have already beaten me to it. I'm waiting at the bus stop and these guys are cruising past me looking like Superfly in a fleet of my favorite cars. Fear not. Online, there are still auctions available, and if you search hard enough, there are sure to be good deals available. As we said, they've got thousands of these cars that they're trying to offload, and the cops can't take them all. They just take the cream of the crop to be safe in the knowledge that no one's gonna outrun them in a Prius. One word to the wise though, some of the cars have been ridden till the wheels fell off, as they say. As you might expect, if you're planning to dumping your car and making a dash for the border, you wouldn't exactly be servicing it regularly. And oiling the leather seats can range from just a bent or twisted fender on some scratched paintwork all the way up to flood damage. If you decide to park it in a nearby lake and the car's completely totaled, we're no car dealer, but we would recommend doing some serious independent research before taking the plunge and buying one of these abandoned cars covered in sand and dust, especially if you're not too handy under the hood yourself. We never said that this was going to be easy, but if, at the end of the day, you are driving around in the reduced-priced supercar of your dreams, the hard work might just be worth it. A term that is often used at these kinds of auctions is storied history when describing a car, which we think translates as, who knows where this car's been? And you have no comeback if this thing falls apart after you've driven out the loading bay. We're not giving any advice, but I think there's something to be said about buying from a dealer or at least a second-hand seller who you can meet and kick the tires with and maybe call up for some advice. If things go south, there's hardly anyone who doesn't dream of having their favorite supercar to drive. Just make sure you have your finances straight. You might end up seeing the local cops cruising in it. So which car do you think needs to be revived again? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked and enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more insightful videos, get notified by clicking the bell button below. From the high-end stories of today, this has been Modern Luxury. As always, we look forward to seeing you again in one of our videos. Thanks for watching.